Hello, my name is Sean and I'm with FandomWire. Thank you for taking time to chat with me today.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. So my first question is, I think that the fact that the two of you were paired together for this interview is fascinating because Mr. Rheon, you're one of the more morally ambiguous characters in the series, and Miss Martins, I would say you're one of the more righteous characters in the series. Why do you think it's interesting that the show explores these different sides of morality within this subset of Roman society?
Hmm. Well, nicely said. Thank you for that question. But as the show goes on, it feels like the character of Tenax is not that one side as we thought. It's not just this, questionable man, and and you'll discover that Carla, as she's not that, she can do bad things too, and obviously she's driven by the love of her children and to try to save her. So obviously her motivation are, more moral, but it's that complex. It's not only one color in
Yeah,
every character.
absolutely. Do you have anything to add?
Yeah, I think that's what's really fascinating about this show. It's a lot of, I mean, everybody has a motivation and everybody, is trying to screw each other over or get higher, trying to climb that ladder. But yeah, everybody does have a different side. And I think what's interesting is that we have to remember that the structure of Roman society is very different to us. You couldn't be, you know, you can't become a patrician. You can't buy that. You have to be one. So yeah, it's you have to be born into it. So the idea of, say for example, Tenax wanting to, run his own faction is absolutely outlandish. It's insane. Nobody's ever done it before. It's ridiculous because the patricians have always run this. That's how it is. It's been going on for hundreds of years. So yeah, I think that's what. But back to I guess every society has all sorts of different levels, and I think what this show does really well is it gives such a great cross section of Roman society, which I don't think people have really seen before. It's probably I can't think of it's usually about the emperor or it's about the legion or Julius Caesar crossing the Rubicon, but this is about Roman life at a particular time, and you go straight in. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And what do you think was the challenge of finding the humanity in your character, despite some of the more unsavory things that he does?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm obviously helped with good writing that they've written that he looks after the kids who he sees himself in them because he was one of those kids. He grew up on the streets. I think and it's that sort of dilemma within him that he despises this sort of like patriarchal, hierarchical, society and the patricians and the aristocracy. But he's desperate he wants it. That's his ambition playing. And I think anyone can see that. He's kind of like the poor man's kind of champion. He's one of the people, and I think as the show develops as well, you see it, especially in the relationship with Kala, that they start to, you see a very different side to Tenax. She kind of disarms him in many ways, and he becomes more vulnerable, and you start to really get to know who he is and where he's come from.
Yeah, absolutely. And this Miss Martins, I would say that your character is a big part of the show's emotional core. Why do you think a storyline like yours that's very heavily rooted in emotion is necessary in a show that normally would be seen as like action focused, like Those About to Die?
Yes, definitely. I'm very conscious of that. But I think also it shows that there are other races and other fight than those in the arena, So obviously, you want the spectacle of the races and the gladiators fight, but we show people thriving and you know the journey of a mother is as brave as the journey of a gladiator. She's fighting with all the tools she can find, and yeah, I think that was really important to have that arc in the show, and also to show that the Roman society was built with all those people coming from everywhere. What was the journey? How they participated to that society from, you know, the poor people, the slaves being brought and everything. So it's very, I love that the show shows the diversity of the population of Rome at the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much again for your time. Really enjoyed the show and can't wait to
Thank
see what you
you.
guys do next.
Thanks,
Thank
man.
you.
Cheers.
Thank you.